Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of RedReadyman. If you haven't already, this could be the perfect opportunity to subscribe. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, click for alerts, give a like and give me a comment below. You can also see on the new layout of the screen I have Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, where I'm 3 days a week on a Monday, Wednesday and Friday. I am live streaming some battles, and of course the YouTube channel that you've already found there on the end. Speaking of Twitch, today I was streaming and my first two sets I managed to lose 5-0, 5-0. And with the new ELO rankings kind of score, it managed to drop me over 170 points. So I am now crawling back up the rankings very slowly, and have officially written off this season. I cannot wait for the new season to come. And with that in mind, I built a team that is purely focused around Great League. So I'm leading with Azumaril, I have Defense Deoxys, and then my focus Pokemon, which is Medicham. Now Medicham is a little bit of a spicy pick, if you like. It's ranked 44 in PV Poke, and they recommend running Psychic and Ice Punch. I'm currently running Ice Punch and Power Up Punch. I may be changing to Psychic after these sets, as you'll see, but I thought they were still useful and good to show you. So let's get into the battle here and let's see what we can do. So Medicham is Best Buddy, so because its max CP is 1400, Best Buddy just gives it a little bit more of a punch, if you like. So this is a fantastic league. Galarian Stunfisk, led by Azumaril. Azumaril's bubbles are going to do lots of damage. They're going to chuck probably a Rock Slide, I would imagine, at this point in. And yeah, Rock Slide, and I take that, that's no problem, and they go out. Now Skarmory comes in, and I'm actually going to leave Azumaril in. Ice Punches, if they go through, will do damage if I hit all of those bubbles. And as you can see, it does a fairly big chunk. Now, I have to be careful of Brave Bird, but this is just going to be a Sky Attack, I reckon. But I'm just being cautious because Defense Deoxys and Medicham will not do well against Skarmory. So this is my opportunity to get rid of this. I know that when the Stunfisk comes back, that I do have coverage for it. So I'm prepared to kind of risk everything here to get rid of this Skarmory, which I managed to do, which is fantastic. And I only managed to expend one shield. They come in with their Azumaril. Now I'm quite happy about this because I'm not going to do well against it, but I'd rather see it now while I can get the play rough off and do some damage there. I'm actually half tempted if they come at me here to expend my shield, but I don't, and I let the Azumaril go down. And I guess I'm going to come in with Defense Deoxys. Yeah, so this is going to do lots of damage. Now, the big problem with Defense Deoxys is every time that you go for Psycho Boost, it lowers your attack. So you want to get as high to 2 as you can before throwing them. But I throw this one and I get a shield, which is, that's great. Get a chance to throw another one. This is going to debuff me further, but this one is going to go through. Doesn't do as much damage as I was hoping, but mainly because I'm so debuffed at this point. But I really don't want Medicham to see Azumaril. They swap into their Stunfisk. This is great. Power Up Punch is going to do a whole heap of damage. At this point, I'm feeling very comfortable that I should be able to do okay. My attack rose. It's going to be a Rock Slide again, I would imagine. Yet another Rock Slide, which is very little damage. It was too quick for anything else. So another Power Up Punch. This should take this Stunfisk out of action. And we've got an Azumaril with a very little bit of health on it there, and my opponent backs out. GG's. So a good start to this team. Feels kind of like it might have some play. So let's carry on and let's see how we do here. I think this might be the one where I fall a little bit unlucky. Yeah, Duong, I'm not 100% sure why I stay in as long as I do here, because everything else does better against Duong. But I am going to kind of chuck the Ice Beam. I'm going to have to shield here. I might get a shield out of them. I didn't need to shield, luckily, but it does lower my defence. So this is a good opportunity to throw mine, get a shield from them, and then come out. So going into Defence Deoxys. Defence Deoxys is very much the safe switch of this team. You know, it's got a lot of bulk. It can take a lot. Did a lot of damage there. I'm going to let this come through. I'm guessing it's just another Icy Wind, which it is, which does a little bit of damage but drops me down. Now, I want to swap out of this, but for some reason I decide I want to stay in. If I swapped into Medicham, oh, actually I'm switch locked, so that's why I didn't. I'm taking down the clock here. I'm going to chuck a rock slide here, which will mean that my timer clock comes up, which means I can get into Medicham, which is really where I want to be. So swap, fantastic. This is going to be a rock slide, or is it rock slide? A flamethrower. Well, okay, but still, flamethrower doesn't do a great deal of damage. I'm chunking away with my counters there on my Medicham. Counter is such a fantastic fast move. Anything that has counter is good. Now Skarmory, this isn't terrible. The Ice Punch should do a chunk of damage here. And at this point, I'm thinking I've got this game. Like this is good. I've got a shield. I'm doing well. And then this is the point I should have gone for the pair up punch. So Sky Attack. I'm wary of Brave Bird. I know it's a Sky Attack now, but at the time I'm thinking this is a Brave Bird. So this is just going to be another Sky Attack, and I don't think they actually have Brave Bird. Otherwise, they would have started using it by now. The bubbles are not doing a lot, but I managed to kind of get it down. And at this point, I still think that I'm in a good position. I'm just going to chuck the ice, the ice just to do some chip damage and come in. Now, so close. Another Icy Wind, which is fine because it's already gone. Now, what have they got left? Yeah, so here, I didn't realise they were at a charge attack ready to go. It's so frustrating, but it's a flamethrower, which doesn't do a lot. Now, why didn't I go for the play rough? That would have done more damage there, and it only chips away, and they are going to... Oh, and we win. Okay, this isn't the one then. I've been talking all the way through that one as if I'm going to lose it, and I didn't. It isn't that one. It must be coming up. So we're 2-0 at this point, and feeling rather confident. It's like, okay, 2-0, good. This team may have some play in this league. Great League's meta is so wide that it's really difficult to play. So here, this is not a good matchup for them. They swap into Skarmory, but like last time, I have a problem with Skarmory. I don't really have any play for it, so I'm just going to keep chucking the ice move here to the ice beam. Sorry, to keep doing chip damage. Anything else coming in is not really going to do a great deal. They're building up a lot of energy. I'm letting this come through because, yeah, it's another Sky Attack, which I can take, and I can take another Sky Attack, but I'm gonna shield because I need to get another ice beam off again. Unfortunately, they swap out, but that's okay because I'm thinking Ice Beam is going to do some good damage here, and I have some good play with Defence Deoxys and with Medicham here. This is the game. So I swap into Defence Deoxys and go for the Rock Slide. Unfortunately, they get off, I think it's a Vine Whip. Is it a Power Whip, sorry, which does more damage than I expected. I was not expecting to lose quite so much health. But luckily, the Rock Slide does a lot of damage. I think I'm going to shield here. Am I going to? No, I'm going to let this go through and let the Deoxys go down because I have confidence in my Medicham to do its things. Now, I need to go for the Ice Punch. And unfortunately, I just get CMP tied yet again. And I can't afford for it to go down. But unfortunately, it had already registered because it was CMP. So I did have to go with it, which takes them out. And then in comes the Skarmory. Now, I should be able to take at least one Sky Attack. And then I swap out. They swap out, okay, into their Medicham, which is fine. Play rough. Oh, see, and I missed the play rough there. So all the time I'm missing the CMPs and I'm missing the moves. And kind of misplaying, if you like. But Parrot Punch, yeah, I don't even know what I'm throwing here. I should be leaving. But, yeah. that's GG's to my opponent. So really outplayed from what was quite a strong position, and I should have done better in that game. So we're 2-1 going into the fourth game here, and let's see what we come against. So leading with Azumaril again, and this is not a good matchup for us. We need to get out of there. So I go into my save swap. They go into their Azumaril. This is not the worst. I'm going to go for the rocks because basically what I want to do is try and get some shields, which unfortunately I don't. So I'm going to do another rock slide. Oh no, don't get to it. This is probably going to be a Hydra Cannon. Ice Beam. Okay. Maybe a little too quick. My counting was off. 6 for an Ice Beam, 7 for a Play Rough, and 8 for water cannon. Yeah, blast, whatever it is. You know what I mean. Hydra Cannon. So now I'm going to go for the bigger move, try and do some damage, and unfortunately that's when they shield. So they well played to my opponent for seeing that. I'm thinking that I swapped in time, but it's going to be a Play Rough. But my Azumaril is pretty good IVs, and I'm confident that I can come out of this matchup with at least getting them incredibly low. See, my Play Rough there does an awful lot of damage. They swap out. Now I'm switch locked at this point. This is going to do a heap of damage if I don't get out of there. My switch clock is way off. So I'm going to chuck the Ice Beam. First for chip damage. Second to try and get that timer clock a little bit further in. And unfortunately they get to a move before my timer clock, which is going to wipe me out. And it's going to be Power Whip. Yeah, Power Whip, which will just clear me out. Now I can bring in Defense Deoxys, which is a good answer to this. But unfortunately they get to another charge move before I do mine. They got a lot of energy on there, but it's only a mirror shot, and I don't get debuffed, which is great. Managed to farm it down, and in comes the Alolan Marowak. I'm going to go for the Psycho Boost. See, there we did a little bit of chip damage there. I've got another Psycho Boost lined up. I'm guessing after this one that I'm going to switch out, and I'm going to move into Medicham. Now this is not perfect for Medicham, it doesn't really want to be there, but I'm going to go for the Ice Punch and it's CMP tied. Now if I'd gone for Pair Up Punch, I believe that I would have won this game, but it's okay. I managed to get the move off. Shadow Ball was very hurtful, did a lot of damage. Now don't quite get to the move. They have a little bit of energy on there. I'm guessing this is going to be a Bone Club because it's too quick for a Shadow Ball, so the Bone Club comes in, which I'll survive. Now this is the point. And their swap was impeccable, absolutely impeccable. They got me, dirty swap. But take out their Azumaril. Now if I go for the Psycho Boost, now look, what am I doing? Why am I trying to go for Rock Slide to CMP tie? If I'd thrown the Psycho Boost, I won that game, and I would have been in such a stronger position. But that's the way the games go sometimes. Didn't deserve it. So we're 2-2. So this is to see how we finish up the set here. I'm still liking this team. I think there is some play in it still. So this is not a terrible start. Seeing Machamp, but we both swap at the same time. Now that put me in a little bit of a weaker position. I'm guessing the Ice Punch is going to do more damage here than the Power Up Punch. So going to take it takes him to half health. Now, Alolan Raichu is very glassy. I remember using it last season, and it really doesn't like taking a hit. So I'm expecting a shield here, so I'm going to go for Pair Up Punch, purely because I expect the shield, and it's going to make my counters do more damage. But they let it through, which is a bit of a blow, because then they can get to another move, and I'm going to have to shield at this point, and try and farm them down, which I do successfully. So let's see what's coming in next. Opponent's taking a long time kind of taking down the clock in. It's another Skarmory. So what I've learnt is I do need a counter for Skarmory. There's a lot of Skarmories in this early league. I'm going to swap out into Azumaril and just throw Ice Beams at it. It is my best answer to Skarmory that I have on the team. And I don't think that they're going to swap at this point because it's not a bad position for them to be in. A shield up and an Azumaril in front of them. So... Flash Cannon. Flash Cannon's a strange one to be running on a Skarmory because, I mean, Flash Cannon takes a little bit longer to charge up now. I personally would be running Brave Bird and Sky Attack, but you know, fair dues to them. I'm a fine one to talk. I quite often am running very strange and different move sets to what the rest of the meta is. So here I'm in trouble. I need to get to this ice punch, which I do, which is great. If this goes through, this could take them out. Yeah, it does take them out, which is great. The Medicham comes in. Yeah, that's fine, because here we have Defense Deoxys, which is just going to chew through Medicham. Psycho Boost is going to just seal the deal. And that's GG's to my opponent. Well done to them. So that was a little easier than I was expecting. So that was my 3 and 2. Is this team finished? Oh my gosh, nowhere near. Do I need to keep doing some work on it? Yes. Would I like to find somewhere I could actually do some more practicing? Oh my gosh, would I more than ever. I'm really frustrated that I'm not getting enough practice in the teams and only in battle. One thing I would love Niantic to do is to set up a practice area where we can go in with teams and practice that doesn't affect our ELO. I'm kind of hoping that with this subscription thing that was put into the code that the data miners found out, the subscription it gives you a subscription chance to go and do more battles that doesn't affect your rating. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. But what are you still doing here? Let's go Pogo.